Stop that. I don't want this. I do not want this. I just heard an old hippie say fish.
Just start doing that. They felt the best of all of them.
Do it.
Hey, I'm Andrew Fish, PDGA number 58320, and today we're going to talk about jump putting. When you are outside the 10-meter circle around the basket, you are allowed to follow through on your putt, or whatever throw you choose to do. The good news is, that means you can get some extra momentum by jump putting or step putting. How do we use that? The best way to do it is to go through your normal putting routine any way you do. So if you don't have a putting routine, find one. It will help you. I like to use the same putter that I use for every putt, just so I don't have to make that decision, and so that I know what stability putter I'm using. That doesn't matter what wind it is, what's behind the basket, I just use the same putter. Your mileage may vary on that. So once I have my mark, and I know where the basket is, and I've done all of my assessing for wind, for what's behind the basket, for how critical it is that I run this putt, that's when I'm going to decide to jump putt or step putt. If I'm outside the circle, I usually like to do that because it's comfortable for me. So with your muscles, your upper body is really good for having really fine controlled movements, but it's not great for power. So the longer you're going to putt, the harder it's going to be to generate that power. Your lower body is really good for coarse, hard movements. So use your lower body as much as you can to generate power. That's regardless of whether it's an inside the circle or outside the circle putt. So I'm going to set up, and I know where my mark is, and I know where the basket is, and I want everything to move on a straight line toward it. And I want to generate that power with my lower body, and I want my hand with the putter to follow my hips. I want my hips and my hand to have the same acceleration and same velocity throughout the putt. Here's what it looks like. That's for a general stagger stance. Some people like straddle putting, and you can straddle to either side of your disc as long as you have a legal position. So you can go left foot, you can go right foot, and you can step with either foot as long as you keep one foot down behind your lie all the way through your release. Left foot. This is a right-footed step putt. And then some people like to do a jump putt instead. And that jump putt can be really good until you get out of control. So do everything you can to have a controlled motion all the way through your jump putt. One old school way of putting that some guys have put back into fashion is starting with 1 foot forward and then lifting up and then releasing. This is legal as long as you have this front foot up until you've released the disc. Jump putting is also really good for laying up because you can get a soft landing without having to do a full throw of the disc. Here, I'm about 60 feet out, it's an uphill lie, and I don't really feel like I can get a controlled throw there. So I'm just going to do a jump putt. I'm not trying to make it. All I want to do is put it close so that my next putt can be really easy. So, if you want to practice jump putting, here are some things to work on. Make sure to use your lower body as your power source so your upper body is free to just do the control. Do everything you normally do in your putting routine so that the jump putt isn't a special part of your game, it's just another part. Try to use your hips and your arm together so they have the same motion.